Ah, the crack open of the Winter Soldier. Very nice, very nice. Hazmat stays winning. Welcome, my friends. This is a deck that you're going to want to wash your hands after playing. It is that toxic. I mean, come on. Gambit and Hazmat in the same deck? Sign me up. We are bringing back the Toxic Sera. Ooh, great effect here in the current season. We have the core of Zabu and Sera to be able to give us the energy efficiency, and then we are revolving everything around our suite of on-reveal synergies and a couple other efficiency pieces to be able to outmuscle our opponent. So we have the Wong or the Absorbing Man to be able to double down on our toxic on-reveal of choice, whether that is the Hazmat or the Gambit. Admittedly, we do have the Ironheart for even more consistency here. It's really nice to be able to combo a couple of these pieces together, but the highlights are definitely the Hazmat and the Gambit. There is a little bit of anti-synergy between the two of them, Gambit destroying cards, but Hazmat making them weaker. So if you really want to lean into the Hazmat side of the list, there's another set of synergies that you can go for obtaining. You're looking at Debris to be able to choke away the opponent's board space, and then you could be looking at even Hood and Carnage to be able to capitalize on that kind of package. Green Goblin synergizing very well over there as well, but the card slinger is just too good to leave at home. Definitely have to drop him on the final turn, not before, otherwise he is going to rip out great pieces from our hand. We want that to be the final sling to be able to seal the deal. Our other efficiency pieces are capitalizing on the presence of Luke Cage, preventing our cards from being decreased in power. So the Lizard doesn't care that his ability was nerfed as long as Luke Cage is bolstering him, and the Typhoid Mary, an incredible stat block as well, especially with some energy efficiency in Zabu and Sera. I mean, it's just crazy the amount of burst that we can drop down to the board. Enchantress giving us a little bit of consistency with the Lizard and Typhoid Mary. If we don't find the Luke Cage, we can still choose to be able to play these cards together. Iceman, another little niggling jab at the opponent, increasing the cost of one of their cards, and that rounds out our list. With High Evolutionary right around the corner and so many people consolidating their tokens to be able to pick him up, then cultivating a couple lists that are going to be able to gain additional benefit from running Luke Cage naturally, I think is a great idea. So we find ourselves well prepared. The list is up above, and if you have an alternate take on this deck, then I would love to hear it, because this is really capitalizing on some of my absolute favorite cards. I was running the Hazmat avatar for absolutely forever. Second favorite card in the game. I'm wondering. Hood is, of course, the favorite. I do believe that Hazmat is still second place. Not to be sneered at, there is a huge catalog of very beloved cards. I have played absolutely everything, probably even given far more time to some of the bottom feeder picks, so it's great to be able to return to pieces that I wholeheartedly enjoy. Do I want to cycle out of the Quantum Tunnel? Checking what could be in the deck. Typhoid Mary actually not too dangerous with the Enchantress able to come around. Sera would be fantastic. The Gambit would be a potential danger, knocking something out of our hand. Hazmat a little premature, but we do have the Luke Cage. I don't know. We could just like play Zabu and then look to bank up. Now I'll cycle. The Space Throne is not looking great. With 4 power there, the opponent will easily be able to surmount that. Absorbing Man copies nothing. Yeah, alright. Now the monkey is able to get buffed and then cycle back around. Beast picks them all up. And then Bast hits the hand. I'm trying to evaluate how good that was for the opponent. I don't know if I should be too worried there. I think the Bishop actually got brought down by the Bast. And then the Hit Monkey also got brought down by the Bast. Like, am I mistaken to think that that was beneficial, or at least a net neutral? Bishop will be out. Okay, how are you 5? What makes you 5? I'm gonna have to click on him later, I suppose. There we go. We're already behind at the Space Throne. Yeah, this is gonna get dicey. Very dicey indeed. Okay, so give me Ironheart first to try and consolidate buffs on the right side of the board. Lizard next. I don't really get reactivations, man. A final swing on Gambit. That's the thing, is that with the Quantum Tunnel, we can always try and fish for a Gambit piece to be able to shock the opponent. See how well that fares for us. The blank absorbing man, such a disappointment. Would setting up the Zabu actually have been better though? I'm not sure, because then we are severely restricted in terms of board space there at the Avengers compound. And board space is at a premium here anyway. Man, this ramp deck popping off. Oh, up to 10. Hold on, hold on. How many cards are you able to play? I don't think it's enough. There's the Gambit. Let's go. Gambit me. And then you cycle the Zabu here. If we pull the Typhoid Mary, it's great. If we pull the Hazmat, it's wonderful. If we pull the Sera is the most disappointing piece. Oh man, okay, they need a bigger card than the Bishop. And I'm flipping first. Sure, take out the Angela. Dashing the opponent's hopes to pieces. What is your finish? And we cycle it to the Sera. Of course it's the Sera. Oh, what a swing. Human Torch? Wait, that gets punched and then doubles. It was 6-11, that's a tie. And then your final element. Oh, wow. What a tight show. Victory. All right, chat. The hard questions. What is the best card in the game? Is it Sera or is it Zabu? I feel like it has to be one of those two. I know people are splashing out the Iron Lad. The Iron Lad is the best card of the game. It's not Iron Lad. Not yet. To be sure, not yet. We don't have enough experience to be able to give him that kind of title, that kind of crown. Sera and Zabu have been working it ever since they were released into the game. If it's just in terms of longevity, then it's certainly the Sera. But Zabu is just like incredible. There's so many efficient decks that are running just Zabu as the energy cheat rather than the Sera. So many of times they play together. And we have to be careful here around Warrior Falls, to be certain. Well, my Iceman Zabu unlikely to be able to survive very long. I really want Luke Cage with the negative zone. Incredible synergy there for us. I'm going to play the Typhoid Mary to bat down whatever gets developed at Warrior Falls, I think. Yondu? Oh no, you're Galactus. Or you're just Destruction and it's gonna fuel you. You are Carnage, okay. Yeah, so Iceman Zabu die here. And then I will get your Carnage. Showing that it's Carnage, it means that they're just Death Wave. Just Death Wave, with Warrior Falls being an incredible location for them. Then I lose X-Mansion as well. Just a slap in the face. Is it Iron Heart? I guess it's Iron Heart for 4 points? I'm looking around as like I'm disappointed. Enchantress really not doing much here. They're not going to have any ongoings. Interesting that they're fitting the Hood into their Destruction deck. I can't wait to see the rest of this. Yeah, Deathlock Demon is pretty good. So far, 6 cards have been destroyed. Death is looking like a champ. And Absolute, please don't wave. Maybe they don't have wave. That would be amazing. Luke Cage Hazmat combo into the final turn. Alongside, well, yeah, because of the Sera efficiency. 1, 1, 3. That would be so good. So good. Could still come out on top, but if they wave here, I think that we are, well, I mean, we still get Luke Cage Hazmat. Would I play that combo if it was just those 2 cards? All right, we got a shot. We got a shot at it. Their death is a 3 cost. Yes! The Absorbing Man. Please and thank you, Hazmat, Abs Man. Don't need ya, Enchantress. All right, so we're able to pick ourselves up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and debuff their side. Makes it tight. Do I trust in Typhoid Mary? She's tied with death. That's pretty good, and they flip first, so I'll be able to debuff their death and then kill it if that's where they choose to play it. And then I go up to 6, and I debuff you by 4, which would again give me the edge. So I feel like I need to consolidate. I need to consolidate. What if they Shang-Chi? What if this? What if that? What is the safest route to take? Armchair Generals in the comments are going to roast me over this one. I'm already feeling it. And then there's going to be people like, oh, you should have snapped naturally. I'm not going to snap. In too much turmoil in decision-making to figure this one out. Ah, the crack open of the Winter Soldier. Very nice, very nice. Hazmat stays winning. We need an audio effect for the Hazmat. Maybe I'll get one in post. What are the cards that you're happiest to see in the opening hand? Have to be Luke Cage, Zabu, and Sera. We hit 2 out of the 3. Yeah, that's incredible for us. Do I want Vibranium? Another great question. When you're already holding your most desirable cards, then the Vibranium is actually a very good efficiency play. And Luke Cage on the right to the effect of the Scorpion. It's all coming up Teddy's way. Luke Cage, Iceman here. I'm still staying away from the Vibranium because, I mean, getting the Hazmat or Gambit would both be amazing for us. And Zabu. I could set up Zabu before just playing down Typhoid Mary and Absorbing Man. That would be wonderful. We can drop the Typhoid Mary. Well, I'm playing just Sera on 5. I want to get pressure on the vault while I can. Cerebro. Hazmat, please. Hazmat will break the back of the Cerebro. I would just play it immediately to be able to disrupt their curve. And you immediately test me on saying that. Just immediate testing. Do I actually? I flip first. All that the Hazmat would be doing in this situation is knocking the Scorpion out of receiving the buffs. I think I'm going to go back on my word just immediately and play Typhoid Mary instead to the vault. Looks like the opponent is surrendering that one. And Cerebro 2's not capable of running the Shang-Chi, so I'm not worried about any control rifling down the rightmost lane. They drew the M'Baku. Alright, so now, is the Sera better than playing the Hazmat? Because now Hazmat is dropping Scorpion and M'Baku out from being able to receive the buffs. That's looking significantly better. Also, I mean, I also just have the Enchantress to be able to... We win in 9 ways to Sunday. That's nowhere near what the saying is. What even is the original saying? We'll go energy efficiency and be able to play Hazmat and then decide what, off of our final draw, how we play it. Goose, you know, your great protection and all until Sera puts our best pieces under you. Wong. I could Wong Hazmat, I could Enchantress Hazmat. Without the Zabu, I'm tragically unable to complete the control Triforce. But this still feels amazing. Leaving 2 energy on the board, but we don't care. Storm it, sure.
Wind, aid my hand.
Oh no, the Luke Cage. But Enchantress knocked it all out. If I had a BPM meter going on right now, it would have just gone through the roof. The one answer to everything my list is trying to do, but they played it in the wrong spot. Oh. Never punished, never punished. I would rather be lucky than good. Googly says the saying is 6 ways from Sunday, and the meaning is to be at a loss. So what my brain was grasping for is truly a mystery, and will remain so. Once again, taking stock of the most desirable cards to see in the opening hand, we hit Luke Cage, that's the one, but he is comboed here alongside the Typhoid Mary and the Lizard, which are the exact pieces that we want to be able to find. I would love to be able to ride a Gambit smash. Wong, Gambit, Absman. Superflow might make it possible. That could be what I need to be able to get the more expensive pieces all together. It's happening, it's happening. I think that I still Typhoid Mary. Beautiful thing is nowhere is going to protect her. I want to keep the extra energy from the Superflow as long as possible. We're snapping on the value of the hand, and honestly a little bit from the location layout as well. The big house we can play to just fine. We have a couple cheap cards to be able to fit in. Nowhere protects our ongoing pieces so nicely, and then the Superflow is going to really access the next level, the echelons of our combos that we're not usually able to hit. So we go... Do I go Wong now? I think I do go Wong now. Next turn I still get 5 energy. Oh, if only I had had the Sera. I'm always going to be able to say, if only this, if only that. But I can play, say, the Lizard to the left, Hazmat to the right, finish off with the Gambit, wipe the opponent from the map, hear the lamentations of the women. Okay. Luke Cage moved away from the protection of nowhere. The opponent with Bishop Polaris. If you are with the Sera, they likely will have the Enchantress here. I'm anticipating that they do have the Enchantress. Ah, gross. Gross. And then knock out the Luke Cage. Typhoid Mary will debuff my entire side. We'll go for Sera for the... Yeah, it's all coming together. They want to gamble it for 8 cubes. Are we both just going to set up Sera's here, though? I wish that I could take initiative, that I could then combo Gambit and Hazmat off of the Hazmat off of the doubling from the Wong before they Enchantress it, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. I think Sera is still the more valuable move. And also depending on what we draw, yeah, Sera to Sera. Have they bested us here? The Polaris to be able to bring Luke Cage into a vulnerable position, honestly, is a brilliancy on the part of my opponent. Ironheart, yeah, they have initiative. Tough. Gambit for 1 destruction. Lizard for the stat line. Hazmat, Ironheart. I mean, what are the odds that it preserves? Slim to none. Can I win even through the Wong Luke Cage getting turned off? It's hard. Okay, we have to change this around. Anticipating it being turned off, Hazmat goes first. Then I play Lizard, Gambit, Ironheart. Yeah. It's brutal. Do we have to just retreat here? It's so telegraphed that it's going to be the Enchantress. This feels like we were this close to hitting top level combos. And the Gambit just always puts this glimmer of hope in your eye that he would hit the right piece. Their Enchantress is 3. They have 3 other energy. Hazmat. Nah. We're going out. We're going out.
Escaped.
Iceman. It's nostalgia to be able to play Iceman. Does another 1 cost immediately get slotted in here? I mean, Nebula will do fine. And honestly, there's plenty of people who are going to say that she is pretty toxic herself. So maybe she's even in keeping with the list's theme. If we Gambit here to knock out the Zabu, what kind of priority am I putting on the Zabu? So here I'm getting a high degree of certainty that I mean, it's a 50-50. It also, well, it's not necessarily 50-50. They could play multiple cards and then it's a lower odds. We could wait. I will wait. They're flipping first. This could be a good time to Hazmat. Rock Slide. I think if we could have hit Zabu, would have been worth. Wong. Get my on reveals rolling. Dodging the Cosmo. That's just a little lucky. I think that they played the Cosmo over the Hazmat, anticipating a Odin reactivation later on down the line. Even though that was not our plan. They didn't have any way to know that. Alright, if we play Gambit here, there's a shot Absorbing Man survives. There's also a shot that Ironheart survives, and I'd be able to capitalize on either one of those. And there's also a chance... no, what I top deck is going to be trash. What I top deck is going to be absolute garbage. The Luke Cage is okay as long as I maintain the Typhoid Mary. Yeah, there's a little touch and go. Hawk? They could also just be playing the Cosmo to be able to protect the Hawk, right? So many rocks in the deck. Very powerful. Here we go. Enchantress gone. Perfect. No, the abs, man. You couldn't hit the Hawk? And you took away my Enchantress, which would have been my counterplay anyway? I hate you. We knock out their Korg. We double buff our side. 4 cards on their side. Oh, disheartened and defeated. So here is the list in all of its toxic glory. Honestly, I am surprised that Toxic Sera ever fell out of the meta. I don't think that it should have when Luke Cage got buffed, Enchantress got buffed. The stat efficiency across these 4 cards, the Lizard, Typhoid Mary, Enchantress, and Luke Cage, is incredible. And then being able to have the Wong, Absorbing Man, Gambit, Hazmat, core on reveal is pretty free right now with how few Cosmos we are seeing. The list is poised to do incredible things for you. If you pick it up, I hope it earns you many cubes on the climb up to infinite. Now to figure out where I squeeze in my Iron Lad to make opponents rage even harder. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.